It's Cagnoni with a move. Cagnoni shoots. Cagnoni scores!
This game was lost in the neutral zone.
Oh, hey! Bob!
Oh.
What are you doing in Brady's office?
Just Brady asked me to help with some accountings,
Oh, well, don't stay up too late, all right?
All right. Ty vole, no, tak to bylo jen tak. No ty kokos, to bylo chlup. Máš to, bro? Mám, máš to ty? Jo, já to mám.
Here's Robert Bracco on a breakaway! Scores! Martin Rysavy on a breakaway, shot save, rebound, scores!
All right, new season. I need some new Sallies.
Yeah, because we need a lot more rock and roll, okay, in the Sallies this year. Here's what I'm thinking. Tanner?
Yeah, next.
Yags, I love the music idea. Corsi did the violin and the guitar. The Jaeger cello.
Yeah, I'll pass. All right, Tan Man, what do you got for me?
I got the full-on jet plane. Sprints around the ice.
That's the one. That's the one.
Braden Yager comes up short-handed, right wing. Yater shot, scores! Yager bomb!
Hey guys, this is Braden Yager. This Friday, we're hosting our 3rd annual Hockey Fights Cancer game. We'll be honoring those who continue their battle with cancer and remembering those who lost their fight. Get tickets for the game at mjwarriors.ca.
Welcome back into the Moose Jaw Event Center as we recap tonight's 5-1 loss for the Moose Jaw Warriors here on the IKS Media Warriors Live post-game show. And, tough second period for the Warriors and too much to overcome as they fall down 5-0 after the second and can't claw their way back despite some good chances throughout the game here in this one. But it's a tough one for the Warriors in the second half of this home-and-home. Snaps their 2-game winning streak and ends the weekend on a sour note. Let's take a look at the game scoring summary. It starts early in the first period. It looked real good for the Warriors. Braden Yager gets a power play goal at 2:56. This is the 50th goal of his WHL career. Great shot. Calvert and Furcus get the assists on the goal, and that puts the Warriors up 1-0 earlier. They get a lot of chances over the rest of the opening period, and but couldn't find one to push them over the line there in that middle frame, or in that opening frame. And it was the Tigers who struck late, with Brendan Lee getting his 7th of the season at 17-10. It was a 2-on-1 with Basha, and Andrew Basha feeds Lee, and Lee put it into the back of the net to make this a 1-1 game after 20 minutes of play. Then Tigers come out firing to start the second period. Shane Smith gets his 6th of the season. That came at 1:11. And got the ball rolling for Medicine Hat there in that second period. Brendan Lee gets his 8th of the season at 8:19. And then just a couple minutes later, Braden Bem snipes home his 6th of the season, shorthanded at 10:15. And then just about 5 minutes after that, Bem gets his 2nd of the night, 7th of the season, and that made it a 5-1 game, and that was all the Tigers needed in this one as they skate to the victory here tonight over the Moose Jaw Warriors. So tough one for the Warriors. Warriors did outshoot the Tigers in the third period, 12-7. Final shots were 31-27 in favor of the Warriors. Beckett Lankow making 30 saves in net for the Tigers to pick up the victory here in Moose Jaw tonight. On the power play, Moose Jaw gets the early power play goal. They go 1 for 4 on the night and 0 for 2 with the man advantage were the Tigers here in this one. Let's head down to the Warriors locker room where I'm being joined by assistant coach Gord Burnett after tonight's game. And Gord, back-to-back games are always tough against a team. This one against Medicine Hat, that second period kind of gets away from you guys. What's your overall take on this one here tonight?
Yeah, we got to find a way to be better in back-to-back games. It just hasn't been good to us this season, and obviously we got to figure out what's going on.
What kind of flipped for the team in that second period? It was a strong opening frame for the Warriors, but then Medicine Hat seemed to come out firing in that second period and really get things rolling early.
Well, I just think we lose our focus. We get a goal early. It's a nice goal on the power play by Braden Yeager, but then we lose our focus. We start checking on the move. We start letting their D jump by us. We're not winning our battles. We're not holding on to pucks. We're not moving the puck effectively or efficiently. And it's just a loss of focus, in my opinion. But if you can't check, it's tough to get pucks back and win hockey games.
Is that something this team's going to have to adjust to and learn as to try to become a better team going forward here in the later part of this season?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's something that all young players need to work on, especially the skilled guys. Sometimes they rely on others to go get the puck for them, but that's not the way it works. Everybody's got to be able to go get a puck and get it back, or push a guy outside the dots, or whatever it may be the situation might require. But even if you're just angling a guy into one of your teammates so he can check him, but you got to work together, and it's a hard game out there. But I think that's just a thing. After we lose our focus, we just decide that we're not going to check, we're not going to go get the puck back, and then that makes it real hard on us.
It's been a busy schedule. Team's been under the weather a little bit. How important's rest going to be with another busy week coming up next week?
Yeah, it's essentially the same week we just went through next week, but I'm not sure there's much time for rest. I know there's an illness going around everywhere, so injuries and illness isn't an excuse. Every team's going through it, so we have to just find a way, and we're gonna have to work through this, and we'll come out better on the other side.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us here tonight, Gord. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mark. I appreciate you guys having me.
Thanks to Warriors assistant coach Gord Burnett for joining us here on the post-game show. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll look at the 3 stars and the out-of-town scoreboard next here on IKS Media Warriors Live.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capabilities, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
Hit the road, Sask, and always come back to see more and more and more and more. Hit the road, Sask, and always come back to see more. Hit the road, Sask, and always come back to see more and more and more and more. Hit the road, Sask, and always come back to see more. And more and more and more and more and more. And more and more and more and more and more and more and more. Yeah!
Welcome back into the Moose Jaw Event Center. We're going through the 5-1 loss for the Moose Jaw Warriors to the Medicine Hat Tigers here tonight. Thanks to Gord Burnett for joining us here on the post-game show just before the break. Let's take a look at the 3 stars of the hockey game. The 3rd star was Braden Bem with a couple of goals here in this one. He gets his 6th and 7th of the year back-to-back late in that second period, and that really put the game out of reach for the Tigers. The 2nd star of the night was Beckett Lankow. He had 30 saves in the victory for the Medicine Hat Tigers, was stellar in net. Really early on made some big saves after the Warriors got that opening goal and allowed the Tigers to really get settled into this game and eventually pull away in that second period. And the 1st star, Brennan Lee, sparked them with that goal late in this first period, and then got his 2nd of the night there in midway through the second period. He's got 8 goals on the season and had a couple here tonight. So all Medicine Hat Tigers on the 3 stars here in this one. Let's take a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard. This was one of 10 games in the Western Hockey League here tonight. We'll run through the out-of-town scoreboard. In Regina, the Pats score 4 times in the second period. They skate to a 6-2 win over the Red Deer Rebels. Tonight, Regina 3 for 3 on the power play in that one. Connor Bedard gets a goal late. Tanner Howe with a couple of goals in that game for the Regina Pats. The Saskatoon Blades, they have a 5-0 lead on the Edmonton Oil Kings. That game late in the third period. The Swift Current Broncos, they're up 1-0 on the Lethbridge Hurricanes. That game midway through the second period there in Lethbridge. In Prince George, it's a tie game between the Giants and the Cougars. 3-3 there midway through the second period of that game. Moving over to staying in the BC division, over in the U.S. division, the Calgary Hitmen are down in Seattle. They're up 1-0. That game midway through the second period of play. The Portland Winterhawks have a 4-2 lead on the Victoria Royals. That game midway through the second as well. After one period of play in Winnipeg, the Ice and Wheat Kings are deadlocked at 2 apiece. A late start there in Winnipeg between in the Battle of Manitoba. The battle of the interior BC battle. It's the Kamloops Blazers up 2-0 on the Kelowna Rockets. That game midway through the first period as well. And the late game on the schedule is the Tri-City Americans with a 1-0 lead on the Spokane Chiefs midway through the first period there as well in Spokane. So the Warriors fall 5-1. Tough one here tonight to finish off a busy week where the Warriors won 2 of 3, though. So a positive note on that front. The Warriors sit at 11-7 so far this season. They'll be back on the ice coming up on Tuesday when the Prince Albert Raiders come to town. It's 2 for Tuesday, 2-for-1 tickets, and a bunch of 2-for-1 concession deals here at the hangar. Head to mjwarriors.ca for tickets to that game and more details on the 2 for Tuesday deals. And then next Friday is the Warriors' third annual Hockey Fights Cancer Game. Special purple jerseys that you saw Braden Yeager wearing earlier on will be on the ice for the Warriors and raising money for the Canadian Cancer Society. So the Warriors have a busy week again next week, 3 games. You'll catch all the home action here on IKS Media Warriors Live. Thanks for tuning in here tonight.